everyone, it's Siobhán and welcome back to my channel. I am finally getting around to doing my updated makeup and organisation video. Basically what I'm going to do is go through all the different areas in the room where I store my makeup or my brushes or whatever, and instead of showing you absolutely everything, because this video would literally be 5 hours long if I did that, I'll just show you my favourite bits out of every, say, drawer or section. So yeah, first thing to note is that this will be long, which you'll already have probably noticed, so make sure you get comfy. And second thing, if you're interested in the furniture and where I got everything from, check out last Sunday's video, because I actually did or last Monday's video actually, I did an Ikea vlog and new makeup room / office setup video, so you can see where everything's from there on that side of things. Oh, and I've decided not to really bother with too much of a disclaimer, because A, there's enough of these videos out there now that people pretty much know what they're about, and B, I think most people who watch me at this stage will know that I'm a makeup artist as well, so that this is, you know, a necessity, whether it be an evil necessity or not, it's a necessity. But yeah, there's a lot of makeup to get through, so let's just dive into it. So this is how the makeup room looks like when you walk into it from the doorway, but you can definitely check out that video, which I will link to here if you're more interested in the setup and where everything's from. So there's the back of the room, and my professional kit of course is down there, which is the deluxe trolley with a small Inglot train case on top. I'll do a full separate video on that because it will just make this video too long, and I do have a few bits in that little locker which I'll go through in a while. The wardrobes in the background mainly have clothes, so I can skip that, but of course on this unit we have mainly brushes, and then there's some nail varnishes and lipsticks and that, so I'll get into that first. At the top of the unit is one of my acrylic nail varnish stands. I got this from Amazon last year, I think, and it just makes life so much easier on yourself if you do have a lot of nail varnishes. And I did used to store them in like a drawer at one stage before I got these, and I just never knew what I had and there was stuff going to waste. And yeah, it's really handy just being able to see everything, and it looks pretty. It looks pretty as well. And then below that is my second acrylic stand, which was from Amazon as well. It's just a smaller one, and I do have one of those quick dry sprays there in the background, which I almost never use, but it's no harm in having it. I think I just never give them enough of a chance. But yeah, that's pretty much where all my nail varnishes are, bar one or two that are in a separate drawer. So that's a bit of a close-up shot there for you, but panning over to this side is where I keep the first of my makeup brushes. And I do actually love having candles here, but they're more for the scent rather than anything else, because this is the citrus one you get from Dunn's and I absolutely love it. It's only €1, but it makes the room smell so nice. I'll get rid of that for a second. So this acrylic unit is from Muji, and it's really handy for brushes. I love just being able to separate all my brushes into different categories. Here we have slightly unusual brushes, or you know, ones that I mightn't use as much, just the kind of not as used brushes pretty much. And yeah, like my fan brushes, bigger brushes that I wouldn't really use, kabuki brushes, pop this in here, and some paint brushes that I sometimes use for makeup as well. And then these guys are what are these called again? I can't even remember what these are called, but they are for, of course, drying your brushes, and they help them keep in shape. I think most of my acrylic stuff like that is from Muji. So then next we're going to be moving down to this level, which has all makeup brushes again. So I'm going to start on this side. Here we have brushes that I use on clients, don't really use them on myself. This is a Coastal Scents brush cup, or whatever you call them, like a hard cup brush holder. They're really handy, more for storage rather than actual like moving or transportation of the brushes. And these again are brushes that I use on clients. A lot of these brushes can often live in my makeup, my professional makeup kit, but they will go here in the interim. Next we have more of my own brushes. So this particular acrylic storage unit I got in I got this in an office supplies store, and it is a tiered holder again, and this cost me nothing because it was for holding pens. Like, it came with the pens, I suppose, from the company, and that's how they were displayed in the store. And then once the pens had sold out, it was going to be thrown out, because when they get new pens, they get sent a new one. So I just asked your man, when I saw that it was empty, I was like, are you doing anything with that, or would I be able to maybe get it off you? And he was like, yeah, take it, you know, we're throwing it out. So I was delighted. That's where I keep most of my personal face, not face, actually that wouldn't normally go in there. That's where I keep most of my personal eye brushes. So all this section here is Zoeva, some of my favorite brushes in the whole world. I have a lot of random ones here. These are some MAC ones, Real Techniques, and then in the background I have some Sigma. I have loads of brushes, but my favorite ones I'd say definitely would be probably the Zoeva. I think they'd be my favorite of the lot, which is saying a lot, but I do love them. Then to the side, I have more acrylic storage. So this was from Muji again, and it's not too expensive, but I often buy from Muji, the European Muji website, and get it delivered. Then this was from Muji as well. Again, we have more brushes, so Zoeva, and then there's MAC, and Real Techniques, and you'll see a lot of the same ones again. I tend to have a lot of Zoeva, MAC and Real Techniques, to be honest. Then over here we have more acrylic storage. This one actually came with some Zoeva brushes that I got, and I really love the brushes. It was the rose golden brushes actually, even though there's none in there at the moment. And then we have more Zoeva. I think this was a Muji case though. So I think they're all, oh yeah, there's Real Techniques in there as well, but more or less they are Zoeva. I love my Zoeva brushes. And then in the background there, we have more brushes, and these are a mixture of Sedona Lace, Elf, Sigma, Zoeva. So those are like my flat top kabuki kind of brushes, you know, those kind of, yeah, flat top foundation brushes. They're really, really handy. Actually no, this guy here is from Zoeva as well. It actually says Zoeva on it, I didn't notice that. And then going down a tier, okay, down there I just have some of my old MAC training books, which I don't obviously use anymore, but it's handy to have sometimes if you want to brush up on some info. And then down here we have lipsticks. So I have two lots, if that makes sense. So I hope all the footage so far wasn't too dark. I just upped the ISO there so that it would be a bit brighter. Basically, anyhow, these are from Amazon, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I buy mostly from Amazon. I rarely buy from eBay. And they were only like a couple of euros each. They really weren't that expensive, but they're so handy for keeping all your lipsticks on. Now, most of these lipsticks I have also in palettes because I depot a lot of my lipsticks. Not all of them, some of the cheaper ones I just leave as they are. Actually, these are more of my cheaper lipsticks, but I have some ones here that I love. Like, I have some Sleek lipsticks. This one is Exaggerate. It's one of their matte lipsticks, and yeah, really, really like that. Then I also have some Barry M. We have some Bourjois. That's one of the Bourjois liquid lipsticks. I think it's called the Rouge Edition Velvet. And yeah, really, really love them as well. Then there's Catrice, there's Rimmel, there's Illamasqua, which I know isn't cheap, but there was no space for it anywhere else. I have one of my Bourjois lipsticks, which I love. There are some NYC ones, so there's a real mixture of lipsticks there. And then over here are most of my MAC ones. So yeah, here are most of my MAC lipsticks. Again, the same containers that were about €2, €3. And yeah, these pretty much all live in my kit, but like depotted. I have some that I haven't touched, like the Viva Glam ones, the special edition ones. I kind of like to leave as they are. That was the Rihanna 2, and I don't know why that's not focusing. Really, really love that. It's such a cool, unique lipstick. I loved the packaging on the Rihanna lipsticks. This was the Rihanna 1 as well, the Frost one. Such a beautiful red, and it wasn't even that frosty. It was just, oh, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful red. Then I tend to keep all my limited edition ones together. So this was Betty Bright from the Betty and, I was going to say Betty and Biddy, but it was, oh, whatever the name of that collection was. Archie's Girls, yeah, sorry, Archie's Girls, not Betty and Biddy. Betty and Biddy is the name of a jewellery company actually. Then this was a Marilyn Monroe one from her collection, but you can see there it has been chopped into because it lives on one of my palettes. And then we have a lot of the regular ones. It's not all of them, like I said, because a lot of them do live in palettes, and a few more live in just few different areas, which you'll see soon, but that's the majority of them. Then over here I just have a Smashbox bag that's empty. Then down here I have some MAC products I need to go through, and yeah, empty boxes and some. And then down here in the corner we have some very necessary but not very sexy products. So like my alcohol, my IPA alcohol, we have some rose water and witch hazel. There is brush cleanser and just all that kind of stuff there. And that, guys, is everything that is on this unit at the moment. So it is quite functional. It's handy that everything is so easy to grab at. So I'll just go grab a couple of brushes, bring them over, and I know where to put everything in the end. But that's the first kind of storage area. So next I'll quickly move over to here, and I can keep the camera in my hand for this. I got this unit, of course, from Ikea, and in here it's where I keep notes from PRs when I know I need to do a blog post or a video on a product, and that's the information that comes with it. And then there's my vlogging camera and battery and the remote for my camera. In this drawer I keep notebooks for taking notes for my videos and for the blog. Then these are my blank canvas cosmetics brushes. I actually really like those, and I keep them here just for easy access. I use these mainly on myself and really love the brushes. They're great for the price. And then the only other place for storage in this area is the 5-drawer Alex unit. So we have the top drawer, we have just random bits. This is more like for the professional side of things. So we have some bits that I got from when I was in MAC, pokey bits. We have loads of, mascara wands that I use obviously for hygiene, for my professional kit, and just other random bits. Like these are cleaning things. We have other disposables. It's just one of those kind of random drawers. In the next drawer down then we have, this is where I keep stuff that I need to either do blog posts on, or stuff that I got at like events, or that I was sent by PRs that I need to try out and I'd like to maybe do a write-up on them or whatever. So that's what's in there. Then in the third one down we have, okay, this actually was full of stuff until last week when I did, when I took a load of blog pictures. Basically, if I have anything in bulk that I need to take photos of for the blog, I put them in here, but I actually did take photos of these already. This was a goodie bag that I got from a bourgeois event, and I got some great products in there. But I'll just link to the Shiv stash that shows this, because there's a lot to go through. Then in the second one from the bottom, I keep all hair, like electrical hair tools, not that exciting. And in the bottom one, I keep other electrical bits like trimmers and stuff, so very not exciting. So this quick interruption is just to let you know that it's actually several days later now. When I was filming the first part of the video, I started to feel really unwell all of a sudden. I got short of breath. I started to feel like really nauseous and sweaty, and just like, it really wasn't fun. So I'm only getting around to finishing off the video now, but there's one slight change that I want to show you in something that I've kind of gone over, and then I'll zoom ahead and show you the rest of the collection. So the only thing that's changed really is in this drawer, and the last day when I was filming was actually after my last Shiv stash video, so I had nothing new to show you. But when I get new makeup that I haven't shown in a video yet, whether I buy it myself or it's sent by PRs, I'd put it in here. So every 2 weeks I film a Shiv stash video. So once you know that's filmed, these come out of here, but that's where it sits until I film that video. And I just bought this today. It is so pretty. It is the Urban Decay Luminous highlighter. It's just so gorgeous. I was going on about it on Snapchat actually, but yeah, so that's what goes in there. So next we have my main dressing table, which is this guy here. It's the Malm dressing table from Ikea. So this is where I sit to do my makeup every morning, and I'll just show you quickly what's on that, what's in the drawer, and also what I store down here, because I do store a few bits underneath there as well. So we'll start off in this corner, and this is where I keep most of my regularly used stuff, or just whatever I'm using on that day. This is my makeup bag. This usually will go in my actual bag if I'm going anywhere significant. I don't actually touch my makeup too often throughout the day, so I wouldn't like pop it in my bag if I was just popping into town for a minute or two, but if I was going anywhere like decent, I bring it. So that is a Toki Doki bag. I absolutely love it. My friend Heather Soaklum79 sent that to me a few years ago when we did a swap, and I just love it. It's held up so well, like it's such good quality as well. I'll do a different video if you ever want to see what's in that. Then these are just some of the items that I use, not even on a daily basis, I just use them today. This is a palette that I'm really loving at the moment actually. It's the Nudes by Maybelline. Lovely palette for the price. I'm nearly finished my Armani Silk. This is the Lasting Silk foundation, which I'll be so sad when it's gone because it's really expensive. Then this little acrylic holder, I actually got it from my friend Aisling. She was throwing it out, so she offered it to me. I took it in, gave it a bit of a clean, and it's perfect again. So again, these are stuff that I use every day. So stuff like the NYX Taupe Blush, which is my go-to bronzer. Not bronzer, it's my go-to contour. This is Pale Pebble Wild Shadow Pot by Max Factor. I absolutely love this. The e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearl is like one of the nicest. This is easily one of the nicest highlighters I own. I just love it. Then there's other things like my Illamasqua Hollow Pigment, Kid and Brown Down by MAC. So just stuff I use all the time. These are a few like penny kind of things that I use all the time. And then these are my Zoeva brushes, the Bamboo Collection 2. Yeah, absolutely love these. These are just phenomenal brushes. Now, I get most of these sent to me because of being a blogger or whatever, but they're still, regardless of whether I pay for them or get them sent, these are easily my favourite brushes. Like, of all the brushes, I love these guys. Then moving over here, we have my mirror. That mirror was from Revlon. It actually used to light up and it had a plug in it, but I didn't like the light. I just didn't think it was any good. So I actually cut off the light and just use it as it is now so I can move it around, and there's no plug sockets around here anyhow, so it would be a bit useless. But I still think it's quite a pretty mirror, so I do like having it, and I never really use the magnified side, just the normal side. And then over here is where I keep a lot of my used brushes and brushes I need to be cleaned and stuff like that. So in here I keep a lot of my daily tools, so my eyelash curler, my tweezers, and you know, other kind of necessary bits. These are brushes that are clean that I have just cleaned earlier on. Those guys up there are drying, and then these are all dirty brushes that need to be cleaned. So I love these containers here. I got them in a local office supply store and they're only a few euros, but they're so handy just for keeping the brushes in, and I have several of them because I kind of like it to look quite uniformed. And I just want to show you my favourite brush of the moment. It's this guy here from Zoeva. Sorry, I have to do this so it'll actually focus on the brush. It is the Luxe Face Focus brush number 114, and it is the nicest brush. It's just such a gorgeous size, so soft, and I use it like for everything for my face. I use it for blusher, for contour, for highlight. You can use it for foundation as well. It's just the loveliest brush. Definitely one of my favourite brushes of theirs. Next, moving on to the drawer in my desk. So handy again. This is where I keep a lot of random stuff. So first of all, over here we have hair tools. We have just a hairband that I use when I'm washing my face, and then loads of hairbrushes and stuff. More hair stuff, more hair stuff. So I kind of try to bunch all them together. Here we have more random bits, so my mirror, just tissues. These are mattifying papers, some little mirrors and toppers. Then here I keep my daily use skincare. So I actually showed a lot of these on Snapchat the last day. I love this guy at the moment by number 7. It's the Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Night Serum or Serum. Love this guy as well. It is the Advanced Night Repair Eye Cream by Estee Lauder. So that's where the most like regularly used stuff lives. I also keep my sponges in here. So my Beauty Blender, the Inglot one, which I don't really like, my Real Technique sponge, which is up there and dirty, normally goes in there as well. And then these, sometimes I'll just use them if I need them for whatever reason. This is normally a much higher pile. It's normally up to here of discs. I leave them there. Then of course, cotton buds and baby wipes and tissues. And then quickly in these bags down here, in that bag, I keep stuff for my empties videos. So I'll just keep throwing in stuff there whenever it's empty. And then once it's full, I will film the video. In here, I keep stuff that is disappointing. So, you know, my next kind of fails video, I will do when that has a few bits in it. And then over there in the corner, I have stuff, once I've done this video, anything from MAC I'll put in here so I can use for back to MAC. And then I actually have my Zuka case down under there somewhere, but you don't really need to see that. It's just there. You can take my word for it. And then over here we have my skincare and hair care. So I keep my skincare on the first 2 shelves, and then down at the bottom there we have hair care. So it's just all like my cleansers and moisturizers and serums, like the ones that stand up that I don't put into the drawer or the dresser. Then down here is like kind of stuff like sunscreen and alcohol or toners and a few bits like brush cleanser and I don't know, kind of more random stuff. And then the hair stuff is on the bottom. And I got that unit in Dunnes Stores. It was about €40, but I actually really, really like it. This is my most used serum. If you watch my videos, you definitely will know what I'm on about with this. It's the Vichy Focus Aquilia Thermal Serum. Love this. I've gone through so many of those. I actually quite like this guy as well. It is the Instant Hydration Serum by Olay. And then this is new to me, but I'm quite enjoying it. It is the La Roche-Posay Zero Zinc. It's like a zinc water spray, so it's really good if you have problematic skin. And then of course my very much loved Garnier Micellar Water. I used that to death. And now it's time to move on to these guys. So I'm going to start off with the first Alex Tower, and then I'll move my way around to the second one. So I'll start off with what's on top of the first Alex unit. So I have a hand cream, which I like to just have on hand. I love that guy, it's just a good place to keep it. And then just a mirror that's pretty much mostly used if there's clients here, but it's just a handy mirror. You can't have enough mirrors when you're in this business. This is another Muji case, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, an acrylic case. This is a cylindrical case that just has some cotton discs, more kind of, I don't know, random bits. There are loads of tweezers and then my nail file and stuff like that. These are a lot of my, not all, but a lot of my lip liners. This was my place name for when I was over in London with Smashbox, and I took it home with me. And then this is a bag I got from Clarins on gift. Love it. It's actually designed by John Rocha, who is an Irish designer, and I love the poppies on it, so I decided to keep it up there. The top drawer, we have most of my blushers and highlight powders, pretty much, yeah. So let's see, I have a lot of the sleek makeup ones here. These are like the trios, really love them, and you can get sleek in Ireland now. So some of these were sent to me, but I also bought some of my sleek stuff. I love my Catrice, what you call these, the blushes. These are the illuminating blushes. They used to have this kind of quilting on them, which I adore, but it's now changed to this, which I don't love as much, but the colours are still the same, but they're still so nice and so good for the price. They're only like $4.90. Really like a lot of these guys. These are the Zoeva Luxe Colour Blushes. Gorgeous again. These are some of my favorite blushers, and I have all of those. Those were sent to me though. Really love this as well. I want to get more of these. It's one of the Max Factor cream puff blushes. I think these are meant to be dupes for the Hourglass blushes, but yeah, there you go. What else? There's just loads of other random ones. There's MAC ones, loads of MAC highlighters. I love this guy as well by Physicians Formula. It is their pearl, what's it called? Their Power Palette. It's one of their pearl highlighters. So pretty. I just love the design on top. Then here we have, okay, Makeup Atelier, I have Kiko blushes, I have loads of MAC mineralized blushes, they go all in there. These are where I keep some of my bronzers, so Rimmel and NYX and Catrice, and then all my MAC mineralized powders are here. This is another gorgeous one. This was called Pink Buttercream. Can't remember the name of the collection it was from, but how pretty is that? And then of course this is Whisper of Guilt, which I know loads of people are mental about. I don't remember. I think it was the In Extreme Dimension. Wasn't there a collection in Extreme Dimension? But yeah, it's one of the In Extreme Dimension ones, and loads of those kind of bits. In the next drawer down we have my powders, so my setting powders. So again, just loads of random powders. Number 7 L'Oreal loose MAC powders, then just pressed powders, a lot of MAC ones again. I have my Chanel Powder Universal, love that. These are some old powders that I depotted into stacks, which are great. And one good thing about powders is that they pretty much never go off because, you know, they're dry. Love this guy by Catrice. It's the Prime and Fine mattifying powder. I've got a good few English Inglot powders as well. So this is a highlighting one, and then this is my like banana powder by Inglot. Sleek ones, I have another MAC and Catrice highlighter. So I do have some highlighters in here as well because this top one is so full. A few bits come down here. Smashbox, this is a bronzer that I got recently, which is quite nice. And yeah, so my MAC, of course, Miller Lite Skin Finish Natural in Light. That's what's in here anyhow. So all powders, and I get my containers from either Muji or Home Store and More, depending on which ones I'm using. Then in this drawer we have most of my concealers. So I mean, a lot of the stuff I have does live in my kit, and this is what isn't in my kit, obviously. So we have stick concealers and colour correcting concealers. A lot of those are Max Factor. Then a lot of my under eye concealers. So we have Rimmel, Estee Lauder, 2000, MAC, Collection 2000 I mean, NYX and L'Oreal and Maybelline and stuff like that. Here we have my amazing concealer. I love this. It's such a good concealer. Not the best for very oily skin, but otherwise it's really, really good. I have a Caress concealer. Love this guy as well, actually. This is the Clarins Instant Light Concealer. No, just Instant. I always call it that. It's actually just called the Instant Concealer. Love that though. I keep my Makeup Atelier Paris Waterproof Gel Foundation because it's actually such a dry foundation. I prefer it as a concealer. I have my Kryolan Camouflage Dermablend Concealer. Then just loads of other random concealers. I keep some of my cream foundations in here that I use as concealer. So like my Full Coverage by MAC. I do love this one by Max Factor actually. It's the Miracle Touch foundation, but it just fit in here better than down with the foundations. And there are more concealer like palettes in the back. So for instance, I have my, oh actually no, this is my MUD MUD foundation palette, but I've only got 2 foundations in there so far, but again they work great as concealers. But yeah, I have a few more palettes back there. I have Coastal Scents one and another Kryolan one. Then I have some homemade palettes which are like hidden back there, and then my Smashbox contour sticks live there. Then the next one down is actually kind of a mishmash. So this is where I keep some lip products and cream products. So these are some of my Max Factor lipsticks. These are some lipstick palettes, so Sleek Makeup. These are like the lip squared palettes, I think they were called. This is the Mardi Gras one. And I also have an Inglot palette there. A couple of my uber high-end lipsticks, and they just didn't fit in with the stands that you saw earlier on. So these are 2 of my Tom Ford lipsticks. This is Crimson Noir and this is Violet Fatale, I think. So beautiful. They kind of leave work like stains. This one particularly leaves a stain on the lips, but you kind of are scared to use them because they're so expensive, but so pretty as well. I think they're around €40 for each lipstick. Then this is my fancy MAC lipstick. This is one of the mineralized. This is one of the mineralized lipsticks by MAC. These have a higher price point, but they are so nice. They're really, really moisturizing as well. An old lip stack that I got in Screenface years ago. I have my MAC paint sticks here. So these guys, they mostly will only get used around Halloween. Then in here I keep lip balms. We have some lipstick palettes that I made myself, and yeah, another Inglot palette, and then the rest is empty because this is where, like, when I don't really have space for any other cream products, it'll go in here. In this one we have the rest of my lip products. So we have mostly like lip stains, liquid lipsticks, lip glosses. I love these guys by L'Oreal. They're like the Juicy Shines and the Glam Shines. My one single lip tar. I need to get more of them. A couple of my butter glosses, which I love. I really love these guys by Rimmel, the Apocalypse lip velvets, and then the normal ones as well. They're the matte ones. So I keep like my liquid lipsticks here, my lip markers and lip stains. So these are the matte lips by Isadora. I have some Catrice ones. I have ones from Revlon and Bourjois. So you know, like your chunky lip ones. Really like them. Really like these guys as well from Bourjois. They are the Sweet Kiss Hydration Gloss that I was recently sent. I keep the rest of my lip liners in this case, and then tons of lip glosses. So we have a lot of MAC lip glosses because of course I worked for them for so long, so I have a lot of them. Some of my lip paints, those ones are by Sleek, and then other random lip glosses back there. So yeah, just a big mishmash. It's relatively in order though, but yeah, so that's my lip one. In the first of my deep drawers, I actually just keep hygiene stuff. So we have like thick tissues, cotton balls, cotton discs. I actually usually have baby wipes in the back as well. We have cotton buds, and yeah, so obviously that's more to do with the professional side of things. In the second of the deep drawers, I keep a lot of my skincare. So whatever is not on the skincare stand. So these are some nose strips. A lot of the skincare that I do like, but it doesn't stand and it doesn't fit in the dresser table. So La Roche-Posay stuff, that is the Effaclar AI, really good for spots. This is your Dermic C, so it's a vitamin C treatment, good for, you know, clearing skin. I've got a lot of Vichy and La Roche-Posay, and I really like this as well from Clarins. It was actually just a sample. It is the Hydra Quench like moisturising cream, really love that. I also keep highlighters in here. So this is the Buff Makeup Movie Star Glow, isn't that what it's called? The Sheer Glow Lotion in #1 Movie Star, really love that. This is a cheap and cheery but lovely one. It's the Wow Skin 3-Way Highlighter by 17. My Botanics Radiance Balm All Bright, another blogger favourite. And then I have other random bits in here. I think a lot of bloggers were showing this off lately. It's the True Self Organics Detoxifying Mask. Primers then, this is my MUD primer. And yeah, so I've just another mishmash. I actually keep a lot of BB creams back here. So this is my Catrice BB cream, then I have an Olay CC cream, and yeah, loads of other bits back there. So that's what's in that guy. Next we're moving down to the second last drawer here, and this is my hair care drawer. So whatever doesn't go on the stand again. So we have, this is like a, what is it, a sheer shine mist. I actually really like this. We have a BB cream for your hair, just loads of other random hair stuff. I'm not actually the biggest hair person, so a lot of these don't get used very often. We have a plumping dry shampoo, hairspray, curl reviver, which I really don't use very often. Dry shampoo, don't use very often. This is a thickening treatment, which I actually kind of liked, but I don't use very often. So just random things. Something I absolutely love though is this guy here, which is the Rare Blend Tamer. It basically tames the little crazy static hairs that you have on yourself. And yeah, then what's this? The Perfect Beauty Finishing Cream. Love this actually, by Umberto Giannini. Really nice for just taming your hair. And then I gotta come down really low for this one, but in here is where I keep my foundations. Now it's really dark, so it might be hard to see, but I actually keep my foundations in these baskets. So I have 2 of these baskets. In the back one, I keep all the foundations that are better for oily skin or that are more mattifying or whatever. So, sorry, I just tried to make that a bit brighter for you. But I have my Studio Fix Fluid by MAC, really love that. This is sadly discontinued, but it was one of my favourite foundations, the Aerotant Pure by Vichy. What else do I have? Multiples of the Skin Luminizer by Max Factor, love those. So you'll see I'll have multiples of a lot of these because of my kit. This is a newer one, the Infallible 24-Hour Matte. I actually recently did a video on this and quite liked it. Something I don't really love is the Illamasqua Skin Base, but what can you do? I have a few of the Catrice matte foundations as well. My Perfection Lumiere by Chanel, really love that. That's another really good matte one. I love my Max Factor foundations actually. This one, Whipped Cream. The Whipped Cream foundation is a really nice one. Of course, the Healthy Mix by Bourjois. This is a darker colour, is it? Oh no, that's 51. It looks kind of dark there. That is the newer version of this guy. This is the older one. Still prefer the older one though. And then the True Match by L'Oreal. I think they've repackaged that. But those are some of my matte ones. And then these are my more moisturising or hydrating foundations. So we have the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. Such a great foundation if you've never tried them. I have a few face and bodies. I think I've only 1 or 2 here. The rest of them are in my kit. This is the white one, even though it's kind of looking beige there. Oh, I really love this one. This is the Luxe Liquid Foundation by Glow Minerals. Such a lovely foundation. This is my colour, which is Porcelain. Really lovely. Then the Max Factor Ageless Elixir 2-in-1 Foundation and Serum. Really great foundation if you've never tried it. Smashbox 18-Hour Wear. Actually, that should, well, it is hydrating. That could go in either one of them. I have a few MAC Studio Sculpt foundations, which I am actually bonkers about, but there you go. Then this is the Ton Visionaire, which I really like by Lancome, but the colour is a tiny bit off for me. my Bobbi Brown stick. So those are some of the more hydrating ones. So the next we're moving over to the top of this unit. This was here when I moved in, and I have these acrylic storage units which are mostly from Muji on top, so I'll go through those as well. On top of the first acrylic unit I have some of my primers. These are the ones I'd use mostly. This is the number 7 Airbrush Away primer, really lovely primer. The Isadora Protect SPF 30 face primer, great one for the summer. My Natural Radiance by MAC, that would be my most used one. This is the Beauty Balm by Clarins. I'm actually still kind of only getting used to this, but it is quite nice if you use it correctly. The Baby Skin by Maybelline, and Bourjois one, and a Max Factor one. Then moving down to the first of the stacked units by Muji, I keep all my samples in here, well, a lot of my samples. And obviously haven't worked for MAC for so long, I don't work for them anymore, but I used to. I have a lot of samples. You would get these a lot of the time in training, or you know, you would be told to bring stuff home to try them out or whatever. So I have a lot of pigment samples, and yeah, just loads of random samples. Some of these were given for maybe certain looks you had to wear on a Saturday, and I just never used them, but that's what's in there. And then down here we have more samples. Some Coastal Scents samples back there. These are actually some lipstick samples. Yeah, so that's what's in there. Then moving down, these are more old samples. These were samples of, yeah, just Fardell powders, and a lot of these are Makeup Forever Stardusts, I think, of what they were, because I worked in a shop years ago and these were the sample pots that they had. I don't really even use them very often, but there's no harm in having them. And then in the next one down, more samples, but these are like official samples that I got from a pharmacy. So there's a couple of things by La Roche-Posay and Aven and Ren, and yeah, so they'll get used every now and again, usually when I go away. Continuing on with the samples, this is where I keep a lot of my foundation samples. So this does get smaller every now and again because I will use a lot of these in my kit, but yeah, when I used to work in Brown Thomas, I used to be able to get samples of, you know, like say different brands, like there's a Dior sample and whatever, but they're always in the MAC sample pots. And then finally, more samples. So again, more MAC samples. They're foundation samples. That's just a Zoeva eyeshadow fix, strobe cream and stuff like that. But that's what's in those. It's a good size for that kind of thing. So then next up is this unit, which is again from Muji. It's kind of heavy actually. So it's this thing here, and I keep it to put all my sleek makeup palettes in there because it just slots in so perfectly. It has this thing here that helps to separate them. But yeah, it's just all sleek makeup palettes. So just for an instance, this is the Showstopper palette. There you go. They're all like, you know, there's loads to choose from, so I won't even open them all now because it would take forever. This is something my sister got for me, I think, in Paris. Never use it, but it's just so pretty. It's like a Hello Kitty eyeshadow. I think I tried it once. I wasn't bonkers and I threw away the bottom part, but I like the Hello Kitty part, so I just leave it there. Moving down to my wider Muji acrylic drawers. In this top one, I keep all my cream blushes and cream highlighters. So these are 2 aqua blushes. These are new ones from Bourjois. I actually did a blog post on those recently, so you can check them out. These are some older Bourjois cream blushes, really lovely. My MAC cream colour bases, yeah. This is a Revlon cream blush. Then there is a Makeup Store highlighter there, Max Factor and Inglot. I think that's pretty much all that's there. Then in the next one down, it's more cream products. So this is the cream blushers from Sleek Makeup. Really like that. Love this guy. This was the highlighter palette from Sleek Makeup. So pretty. The Precious Metals one, yeah. Then we have my extremely expensive Tom Ford, which hasn't been used very often. This is the contour thing. It's just because it's a bit dark than the cheap dupe. This is from W7. I have a couple of Illamasqua pigments in here. This is another Sleek Makeup thing. I get a lot of my Sleek Makeup sent to me, but it is great. That is a molten metal, I think it was called. Yeah. duo. Then some screen face stuff. They probably need to be thrown out though. So you can probably tell these are all like cream products. In the next one down, these are all my MAC paint pots. Not all of them, there are a few in my kit, but these are the ones that are not in my kit. So we have Taylor Grey, Indian Wood. Indian Wood is one of my favourite ones, and I was actually looking for this the last day when I was doing a bridal work and I couldn't find it. So it's such a beautiful golden colour. This is the Chromaline by MAC, which is kind of like a paint pot, but it's more of that, it's more of a paint. Then I have one of the Excess Shimmers by Max Factor. I really like them, I want to get more. A couple of those in the back, some Kryolan colours and Makeup Forever colours. And then in this bottom drawer we have the Maybelline colour tattoos. I've bought a lot of these. I think they're nearly just as good as the MAC ones, but of course a lot cheaper. So this is one of my favourite one of these. This is called Light in Purple. So pretty. Then we have some of the Bourjois creams and Bobbi Brown. And then this one is my one and only Shiseido one. Whoops. Then moving over to this unit. Okay, so this is, I think it's a letter holder, whoops, that I got in an office store. This is an old sticker that MAC had out for the one of the Viva Glam thingies, and I use this for palettes, which is handy. So these are actually Inglot eyeshadows that I keep in MAC palettes, and they fit so well. I just had to put strips of magnet down so that they'd stick, but they fit really well. And then that is my neutrals one. Then moving down here, okay, so in this drawer, because it's quite small, I've only a few bits, these are just some excess nail polishes that didn't fit into my nail polish stand. And then this is another one of those liquid freeze quick drying thingy-majiggies. Down here I keep all my NYX macaroon lipsticks. So I'd say I'll be using these mainly for Halloween. I don't use them the rest of the year, but these were all the mad coloured lipsticks, and I ended up buying all of them bar 2. Because I was just bonkers to give them a go. I had to buy them from America and it actually cost me a bomb. This one is empty. There was actually stuff in there the last day and I can't remember what it was. I think it was just like old samples and stuff I threw out. But I just have this a magnesite, or the third eye chakra stone, and it's meant to be really good for creativity. So that's why I keep that in there. And then finally, in this last one, I keep my powder puffs. I did used to keep them outside, just like with my brushes, but they get dirty and they, well, more, not so dirty, more so they would get dusty. So that's why they're down there. Okay, so going down to this first drawer, I keep my empty acrylic units. So anything here that I have used in the past or like might use again. These were letter holders, letter thingy-majiggies that I used to use for palettes. I used to keep stuff standing in this at one stage. I have more of the empty lipsticks for whenever I get more. And yeah, so that's what's in them. And then these are empty brush holders. So this one is by Sedona Lace and this one is by Sigma, and any empty bottles and stuff. In the next one down, I keep empty bags. So these are all bags that I might have had in my kit at one stage, just empty see-through bags. Every makeup artist will have a gazillion of those. And then other bags, I have all my Zoeva bags here. So these are always sent to me along with the brushes. And these guys, all these ones I got from Dunnes Stores, they're so handy to have. And then just a couple of other random bags. This was from a MAC collection at Christmas. Yeah, just so empty bags. And then in the bottom drawer I have my airbrush makeup that I never use. So I think I'm going to look into selling that. The Luminous Air one there, and then I haven't even unpacked this from when I moved house. It's just all airbrush stuff. I have the Dine Air one and the Luminous one. Yeah, but they'd never really get a look in. So then next, this is what's on top of my second Alex drawer. Up here I keep some of my bigger palettes. So this is my Zoeva eyeshadows, all depotted. I did a full video on that, so you can link, find the link to that below. Love that. But these palettes are all the same. I've got a Coastal Scents one and another one. Then these are all products that are relatively new to me. I have pretty much done blog posts on them all, but well, say the ones that are sent to me. Anything here that's from a PR, I have already covered in a blog post. But anything that I haven't covered in a blog post, it means that I bought it myself. So there's no, you know, no pressure. But it's just stuff that I want to use a bit more, and also my couple of perfumes, because I don't really use perfumes. But these are ones that were sent to me that I liked enough to keep. This is my Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, because I use this quite a lot, so I leave it up there. And then in these drawers, sometimes they're fuller, sometimes they're more empty. fuller. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but yeah, again, I have already blogged about these or whatever, but I want to use them more often. So this is Streak by Urban Decay, some of the Essence I Love Nude eyeshadows. I've had this for ages, but I need to use it more. It is the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Concealer. Really like that though. A couple of Urban Decay bits, and same in here. These are Inglot powders that I got recently. This is the HD 43, and this is, I actually used this today as a highlighter. It's so lovely. It is the 403 pressed powder. So this is another kind of banana-y powder. Really nice though. Then we have a Catrice Matte eyeshadow, the Maybelline Sculpt, the nicer one, the dark one, and this Isadora palette that I got recently as well, which is really, really nice. So that puts in there, and then some of my business cards, so just keep them there for clients. We'll start off with the top drawer, and in here I keep all my brow products and eye pencils. So again, this was from Home Store and More. It's meant to be like Bed Bath & Beyond, I think, in the UK, or in America rather. So these are all my loose pencils. There's stuff from Rimmel, Makeup Forever, MAC, Bourjois, Zoeva, too many to go through, tons in there. Then these are, so those are all my coloured ones pretty much, are they? No, actually no, they're all my smaller pencils. Then in these two containers we have my chunky pencils. So I keep my neutral ones here and my colourful ones here. So pinks and purples and blues go in here, and then my taupes and my golds and my whites and my, you know, the more neutral ones go in here. There are some lovely ones in here, like this one from Catrice was, you can see there, it's a beautiful kind of pinky highlight, and this is a newer one that I got recently from NYC. It's a taupe like crayon, really nice as a base though. And then a couple of my NYX jumbo pencils, stuff like that. Then back here I keep all my eyebrow stuff. So here we have eyebrow powders. This is a fuchsia eyebrow cake, really, really nice. Fuchsia is an Irish brand for anyone who doesn't know. Then there is, let's see, Sleek Brow Kit. I've had that for a good while, quite like that as well. There's stuff from Wet n Wild and Catrice in there as well. Then these are all my brow mascaras. So I have some new ones there from Bourjois, which I quite like. There are MAC ones and Maybelline and Sleek Makeup. And then here are my brow pencils. So again, big mishmash. There are Bourjois. There's also brow markers in here. So those are from Bourjois. There's MAC, there's Catrice, Wet n Wild. Down back here, there's eye pencil sharpeners. And then this is just an Essence brow thing that I quite liked. That doesn't really fit anywhere else. Down here, I keep all my currently used mascaras and false lashes. So these are a lot of the mascaras that I'm using at the moment, and I hate to have so many open, but when you get sent so many and that, you do have to open a lot of them. But I send a lot of these on to my sisters and to friends and stuff. So let's see, some of my favorites. I love the In Extreme Dimension Lash by MAC. Quite like this. I know a lot of people don't like this, but I actually like this by Maybelline. It's the Lash Sensational. This new one by Bourjois is lovely. It's the Push Up Volume Glamour mascara, I think. I don't know if it's that limited edition or not, but it's really, really nice. This one by Isadora is really nice as well. It's the Volume Lash Styler. This one by Max Factor, the Clumptify Extensions mascara, really nice as well. I love these eyelashes. These are by Amazing Shine. I think the website is just Amazing Shine. They're great eyelashes. They're human eyelashes and not that expensive. Then just a big mixture of other eyelashes. Had to make this a bit brighter for you again. But then in the next one, we have a lot of my single eyeshadows. So there are loads of very inexpensive Catrice eyeshadows. Loads of Catrice eyeshadows, actually. I really like my Catrice. So these are the liquid metal ones. They're the regular ones. I have the matte velvet ones back here. So this is one of them. Really, really nice. I have some Bourjois ones here. Kiko, Wet n Wild. These are all my MAC eyeshadows that are single. Then down here at the side, I have some eyeliners. These are gel eyeliners. Then here I have some of my liquid eyeliners. So my Bourjois eyeliner, Catrice. Yeah, so that's those. In here at the front, I have some of my Max Factor These are like powder eyeshadows, but they're really, really nice. They have unusual applicators, which you can see here. But some of them are really, really pretty. And then here I have a lot of my Max Factor Wild Shadow Pots and Buck Makeup. In the next one down, and I'm leaving marks on this yoke. That's the annoying thing about these being white, you can leave marks on them. These are a lot of most of my pigments. So I have a lot of pigments put in stacks like here. Then I have my MAC ones here at the front. Some of my older MAC ones that were in the bigger size jars that you almost never finish. These are the smaller ones. Stargazer, there's Fardell, Barry M, Coastal Scents, Barry M, I think. Yeah, just loads of random pigments in there. I'm going to kind of rush through this because my battery is flashing. In this next drawer we have all my smaller eyeshadow palettes. So this is the Cocoa Blend palette. This I probably will depot like the rest of my Zoeva palettes eventually. We have Smashbox Full Exposure. A lot of people don't like this. I think it's because it's misunderstood and you have to treat these like glitters rather than eyeshadows. Coastal Scents ones down there. I have some of my Cheap and Cheery Essence ones, which I really, really like. Then these are the W7 ones here, which are dupes. Whoops, these are dupes for the Naked palette. Back here we have Wet n Wild, Urban Decay, Elf, and yeah, loads of random ones. There's some MAC ones. MAC again, actually yeah, all my MAC quads are here. So some of these are old, but they're still great. And then some smaller MAC ones from limited collections. What's here? Oh, Isadora, they're lovely as well. And then that's where I keep all my eyeshadow primers. So I have Urban Decay, the primer potion. This is the one I like at the moment. It is the Catrice Prime and Fine. More Urban Decay. I have the MAC Mix and Medium, the eyeliner Mix and Medium. And yeah, so the Inglot Jawline, that's a great one to have. Then moving down to the first of the deep drawers, I keep bigger palettes here. So we have a Coastal Scents palette, Urban Decay, the Vice palette, which is an oldie but a goodie. That's a really, really pretty one. We have some of the bigger 120 colour palettes, which I would have gotten like early on in my YouTube career that I wouldn't use as much. I have this guy, which I love. It is my Inglot 40 palette. It's upside down there, but it'll give you the idea. I made that up myself. Then that massive Elf palette at the bottom. Then back here I have, okay, so this is a Z palette with a lot of Catrice eyeshadows. We have more from Inglot, their Freedom System. More Z palettes. This one is yet to be done up. This one is pretty full. There's a Manly one at the back, and then, oh, Makeup Forever and a couple others back there. Then here is where is just some random, actually I don't know why that's there, it's just some random eyelash glue, and then these are empty Inglot palettes there. Then in the second of the deep drawers is my Halloween kit. So this is just all random crap that I would have used in Halloween tutorials at some stage or another, or like cream makeup. This is my Kryolan watercolour palette, which only ever really gets used, if I can open it, only really gets used during Halloween. So that's that. I have some fake blood in here. These are just random flowers I've had from ages ago. Then I have like spirit gum and flesh latex and just loads of other random like special effects-y and Halloween stuff in here that again would only really get used for Halloween. And then in these two bottom drawers, this is all spares. So when I say that, it is stuff that I've either been sent that I haven't used and I don't know whether I'm going to use them like to give away or use them in my kit or give away as presents. It's just all makeup that hasn't been opened. So I have a lot of mascaras here because obviously you don't want to open them if you're not going to use them because they go off so early or so quickly. I have a lot of MAC lipsticks that I would have gotten when I worked for them in training, and just loads of other random stuff like that. I have some paint pots here that are definitely going to be used in my kit at some stage. Stuff that I have backups of. So I have my taupe blush by NYX, love that. The Rimmel Light Matte Summer Sun Shimmer, that's another one I like. Some eyeshadows, just all random stuff. And then in the bottom drawer here, I have again all like backups. So I have a lot of micellar water and cleansing backups down here. So we have the Garnier Micellar Water, the Garnier Simply Essentials Makeup Remover, we have the L'Oreal Micellar Water, so you can see what's back there. And then in here I have backups of stuff. So the Skin Primer by MAC, stuff that I would have gotten in training as well that I wouldn't use, or you know, I haven't decided what to do with them yet. Anything that won't go off I won't worry about too much. Backup of my Olay serum, the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Eye Cream, which I got and really loved, but I'm working off a sample of that, and then just other random backups. So in this top drawer is just random stuff. So it's a few empty boxes of stuff that I want to do blog posts on or video on, or just some like this I just kept because I like it. It's the box for the NARS powder, and yeah, I'll probably get rid of it again. Then like tit tape and normal tape, and then just some random bits. I have the lighter for my candle in there, and there is an action shot of me doing a bride's makeup, so that's what's in there. In the next one down we have containers, and I use these for storing makeup. They actually used to be in a totally separate unit that some of you might remember what this was from years ago, but I threw out the actual unit and kept all the drawers, and I keep them for makeup, and they're actually really handy for the Ikea units. And then I took out all the screws from the Ikea drawers so I could pull the drawers out further if I needed to, and it's actually fine without them. And then finally, in this last drawer we have stationery. So that's where I keep stuff, just like padded envelopes and stuff if I'm doing giveaways to send to people. And that, guys, finishes the video. And this is probably going to be the longest video in the history of makeup collection videos because it took me so long to film. But I better rush off now, start editing it, and try and edit it down as much as possible. So if you've got any questions for me, leave them below, guys. If you're still here and listening to what I'm saying, make sure you subscribe if you are new to my channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So thanks a million for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Slán!